Spokane. Sometimes I cough up glow-in-the-dark stars. They look like embryos. They live and die like lightning bugs. They smell like my heart. I admit I don't know how this art thing works. Just that I want to live my darkest nights, stuff my pockets with comets, and give you a bicycle towards what you already have. I admit that I am selfish and at the same time full of miracles. Sometimes I glow, cough in the dark stars, and my chest is an accordion filled with lightning bugs, and my poetry is the electric music. I admit I am terrified of trees because they know as much about living as I do. I think that's why we want to cut them all down. We're terrified of being reminded how alike we creatures are. At night, I think about trees and ants and how strange it is that we all breathe, and everything in my night room looks like it has 5 shadows or angry hands, and there's an earthquake in my chest the size of terror. At night, I can admit that I'm scared. I think about that president, and if he's ever been hugged, I mean a real hug, something that lives in the air that can't be copywritten. Above the earthquake in my chest is a sky the size of wonder. Spokane, bear with me and say, I feel bad for the president.
I feel bad for the president.
Say, maybe if I were him, I would have done as he did.
Maybe if I were him, I would have done as he did.
Say, who knows?
Who knows?
Say, who knows a Lederhosen?
Who knows a Lederhosen?
It's good to be a piano full of the mistakes kids make. I can press any old key and sound like learning. It's good to be not the president. Anybody can point to me and say, hey, that's not the president. It's good to have so many hugs and not so many people shaking my hand and someone to tell my nightmares to. It's good to be able to admit to a crowd of strangers and friends that I don't really get how this works. Now, say, farting is holy.
Farting is holy.
Like from your bum. Say, farting is holy.
Farting is holy.
Yes, farting is as holy as reading the Torah, as sitting in silence, as cracking an egg, that I can lead a crowd into saying, farting is holy, and not see it in the paper the next day. It's good. I don't know how this soft machine ticks, but sometimes it feels like there's a bomb in my chest. And it's frightening to feel so dangerous and so powerful. It's frightening to feel like a tree sometimes. I wonder if the president ever feels simple, like when he steps out of the shower, if he ever feels empty of thoughts and so very opposite of a man in a suit. So now say snow.
Snow.
Say all we know of each other is snow.
All we know of each other is snow.
It falls in front of us and it disappears. Say, I'm not quite sure how this honest thing works.
I'm not quite sure how this honest thing works.
But I'll admit it in public and in the dark, to my mother and to my lover and to a stranger. I don't know how this me thing works. In fact, I am not sure that I am, but sometimes I cough up lightning and music. Sometimes I smell of electricity and heart. I'm traveling through my nightest night, riding on the tail of a comet. So say yes!
Yes!
And say snow.
Snow.
Say, is the whole world a poem?
Is the whole world a poem?
Say, who knows in Lederhosen?
Who knows a Lederhosen?
Yahoo!
Sorry to say.
Now you clap.
We'll do whatever you tell us, Shira. Just be our friend.
I got really culty at the end. I got a little scared. Please welcome to the stage with all the heart in your heart, Mr. Anis Mojgan.